All right, and we are live. So, hello everybody, and welcome to an early or late, depending on where you live, episode of HPCritical's Doesn't Hold Up. I'm your host Brandon, and today, oh my fucking god, a wild Tony appeared. It's Tony Cocking. He is my guest.
Oh, the worst guest of all. Like it's all downhill from here, man. I think it's my slogan now.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of your slogan because yes, this is gonna be the worst episode of the episode. I hope you guys didn't wake up early for that shit. no, no, I'm kidding. Thank you for coming, Tony. This is going to be an absolute blast. We're gonna rock out. And you want to tell little people about? Wow, let me try that again. You want to tell people a little bit about who you are before we kick things off?
Yeah, so effectively, like I am a self-indulgent gaming slash anime slash pop culture journalist. I made the rounds on Twinfinite for a few years. Shout out to Twinfinite. I'll fist bump them or fist bump like the viewer. I don't know how
Oh,
it
that's fist
works.
bump. Hold on, I'm gonna actually need you to stop because that character that's like on your arm is way more interesting. I'm gonna need you to go away and just let Knuckles be the co-host. Thank you. Bye.
All right. This guy sucks. I don't know why Knuckles sounds like that. That's why I didn't play Knuckles in the movie.
That's That's Knuckles sounded like Patrick when he was like dried up in that SpongeBob episode.
Look, it was either me or Idris Elba. They chose Idris Elba, and I think like they made the right choice. But maybe I was a distant second. Who knows?
I guess so. All right, but continue your intro. Sorry to interrupt.
So nowadays, I write for my own website, Ezioda. So that's Ezyoda. I had to think of it in my head. I named it after my cat. So, take that
Nice.
for what you will. And I also write for Crunchyroll. So, I write some good stuff occasionally, but it's not for my own website.
What? So you're into those Chinese cartoons and stuff?
Bruh, do you want to fight? I will fight you.
Oh man, yeah. Bring Knuckles. Just don't bring Knuckles, actually, because then I will. Then I'll
Man,
lose.
he will not chuckle, man.
He won't. He'd rather flex his muscles. I have joke, of course. Anyone that knows me knows I love anime. Like anime is great, and it's awesome that you're ready for Crunchyroll. Sincerely,
Thank you, thank you.
absolutely. Well, anyways, as far as what we're doing today, this is we got a certain movie coming out in like literally a few days. Somehow a lot of people have already seen it. I don't know how. There's the I guess the early press screenings and it's coming out early for some places. I guess that's how. But it's like the vibe seems to be very positive. Reviewers that I've seen have seemed to be really positive about the movie, except for this one review where I gotta tell you this, Tony. They said too many CG characters in this movie. Too much of a focus on Sonic. I'm like, you're telling me in Sonic the Hedgehog 2 that there's too much of a focus on Sonic?
It's like the
That
antithesis to the Transformers reviews back in the day.
honestly, it's like going to a Godzilla movie and complaining there's too much Godzilla. Now, now, I will defend those reviews very minimally, only because yeah, if you're going to Godzilla movie, obviously you're there to see Godzilla, destroy shit and fight monsters, right? That's the main thing you're there for, right? However, I can understand because Godzilla, doesn't speak. Thank goodness. Like he's a giant monster that roars. It's hard to like convey his personality. And I guess unless it's not you are at the end of the day going to see a movie and not a WrestleMania match. So you do want some dialogue. So the human characters, I don't ever want them to be there too much because again, I am there for Godzilla. But if it's like only Godzilla for let's say it's a 2 hour movie and then Godzilla's there for 100 minutes and 20 minutes of the humans, then I might be like, hold on. That's the only thing. But here's the difference with a Sonic movie. These are actual characters. Who cares if they're CG? Sonic has a personality. Tails has a personality. Knuckles has a personality. It's like, what are you complaining about exactly? That they're taking up the spotlight as they should be in this Sonic movie. That was just yeah. By the way, how did you feel about the first movie?
Oh, okay. So first of all, hang on. I gotta say something about Godzilla real quick.
Go
I'm
for
gonna go
it.
on a tangent. All right.
Yes.
So when the movie came out, not the latest one, God of the Monsters, but the one that came out, and all the ads were like only Bryan Cranston, yeah.
Oh yeah, I
And
do remember. Yeah.
okay, it looked like it was gonna be Heisenberg versus Godzilla.
Okay.
And then spoilers for a 6-year-old movie or whatever it is. He
It's like
dies in the
8 movie.
first 10 minutes. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you jobbed me right here. Like, I thought he was going to be the one who knocks. Nah, he was the one who knocked on death's door. Like, it was
Oh
garbage.
man.
Garbage.
Yeah,
But,
no, like yeah, no, yeah, you're right. I do remember those trailers vividly about how he was in every single one. And then I remember seeing the movie,
he
it was just
was.
he was just like just dead. The end of
No other character.
the main characters of that movie actually ended up being I don't remember their names, but they were the ones that played Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch and respectively in the MCU. And it was
Yeah, I didn't
weird.
even know that.
It was weird because, in the MCU, they're of course, twin siblings. But in the film, their characters were like lovers. And dude, this was like a year apart, so this was weird. Like it
That's
was
someone's headcanon.
oh, we're not going into we're not going that we're not going to that in this stream. This is not that side of Sonic fandom, I don't think.
So the first Sonic movie, like I loved it. And I feel like they did a great job of making a movie for everyone and making a movie for Sonic fans.
Sure,
Like
I agree.
my like Jim Carrey was less Robotnik, more Jim Carrey, but it worked.
Hmm.
I would argue that Detective Pikachu probably better movie. I feel.
I agree.
Detective Pikachu was more ambitious. It was more fan servicey, but not in like an obvious way. But yeah, Sonic movie, like I have zero complaints about that movie.
Yeah, no. Between Sonic the Hedgehog, the first one, and Detective Pikachu, it really did feel like video game adaptations of films were on the up and up. Because Detective Pikachu, I did actually play a little bit of the original 3DS game. It kind of loosely follows the main plot, but it was like their first stab at just putting Pokemon into like live action, and that's something that I really appreciate and that they did well because obviously that was a big worry. Pokemon of all things becoming a live action property, but I think it was wise to choose this spin-off game as their first go because I feel like if they went right away into like I don't know like red blue yellow adaptation, it'd be like I don't know about this, but I think that was wise. I don't necessarily want a Detective Pikachu 2, but I do want another live action Pokemon movie set in the same universe. Like I hope that's like their springboarding to do other stuff. We haven't heard anything. That movie came out like 2019, but I hope they try again soon with another film. And as
I mean,
far as
Pokemon Legends could be like a spin-off series. You know, that's its own universe.
it could, it really could, and yeah, anything, yeah, for sure. Like anything, the world's their oyster, honestly, with Pokemon. Because if they chose Detective Pikachu, there's so many other spin-offs they could do as well. They really have the pick if they want. But we'll see what happens with
Real
that.
quickly, shout out to Kaiji Tang, the original Detective Pikachu voice
Yeah,
actor, by the way. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he's awesome. I follow him on Twitter. He's a riot, and I just love his roles in general as well.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Like I'm a massive stan for both Japanese and English voice actors, and also like other languages. Like, have you ever heard the voice actor for Homer Simpson in Spanish?
I've seen a few clips on Twitter. Actually, it's not bad.
And it's like, dude, like I speak very little Spanish. Like my Spanish is so bad. I went to like Mexico. I spoke Spanish to them. They're like, ah, you're from America. All right, shit. Okay, I'm Canadian, but okay. And but like, yeah, like you can just get such a vibe, and it's like they nail it. And I mean, like, I'm a stan for voice actors in general. Like, um,
Respect.
not again. I'm gonna go on a tangent. I go on so many tangents, and I apologize. But like, actors and actresses, I love them. But at the same time, like voice actors and voice actresses are like the pillar of so many things. And it reminds me of Christopher Lee's story. Again, tangent. I apologize. Christopher Lee, he was dubbing over an animated thing where someone else, I've forgotten who it was, I apologize, did like a Christopher Lee impression. Yeah.
Hmm.
And then he came on to like dub over and he listened to it and he's like, I don't know why you need me. Apparently, I've already been here. It's like they're so talented and so hardworking. I love them.
Honestly, yeah, I absolutely agree. They're nothing but talent. And on that note, I am very happy that that for Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the upcoming film, Colleen O'Shaughnessy is reprising her role as Tails, which is amazing. She's perfect as Tails. I will say I do like Ben Schwartz's take on Sonic as of the first movie, and Idris Elba as Knuckles. Like, man, I'm not gonna complain about Idris freaking Elba, man. It's freaking Idris Elba. And yeah, no, I'm very excited for the upcoming movie. But yeah, to answer my own question, I did quite enjoy the first movie. That little lore they introduced at the beginning was interesting. That like Sonic's running away from freaking echidnas. Like that's something they didn't reveal in trailers, so that was pretty cool. And just the movie, it was a fun movie. It was just a very fun movie. It had enough references to Sonic while also kind of like doing its own thing. I ended up liking, his relationship with the human character Tom, and his wife Maddie was also pretty good. Like there was some good humor there. Enjoyed Robotnik, and I love how the internet has like really been pushing Agent Stone so much.
Yes.
Like I admittedly didn't think about him too much like after seeing the first movie, but after seeing his social media posts, like I'm generally excited to see Eggman and Agent Stone reenact again. It's gonna be great. All right. But speaking of Dr. Eggman, or in this case, Dr. Robotnik, we're going to talk about our first game today. Like I said, we're going to be playing Sonic the Hedgehog 2, but we're also going to be playing another game, which is going to be the first game of the morning/evening, and that's Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. Tony, they did actually make I think, like a very subtle reference in one of the trailers for Mean Bean Machine, where Agent Stone now has his own like coffee shop, and like one of the items in the back of like wall of like is like called the Mean Bean.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. I love that so much.
Honestly, it was great, and I didn't notice it either. But like, I watched a YouTuber called the Andre Black Nerd, and he did kind of like a breakdown of like one of the trailers, and he pointed out about how it said "Mean Bean" in the back. It's like that's so cool. That's so dope, actually. But the game we're playing, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. There's some interesting things. So first off, I want to say this is the very first Sonic spin-off game. Because I think the Tails had a few spin-offs, but I don't think they came out until a few years later. So this is like the first one. Of course, because it's based on he's known as both Dr. Robotnik and Eggman in the Western, or I think he's always been Eggman in Japanese. Like I would need a fact check on that, but yeah. So this is I feel like this game. I think this game only came out in like the West initially. For one, if we look at the box art. That is very much his design from the Sonic cartoon, not so much the game. Like with his
Someone's in the shower with Ducky.
Oh man, you had to. Anyway,
that was the best scene. You know it.
I try to erase that from my memory, and you just like brought it right back, and here we are. Anyway, you even see his in the screen in the box art screen. You even see like the robots from the cartoon as well, who I have completely forgotten about until I saw them. Like even that weird rooster robot. I guess I remember a little more than I cared to admit. But
oh come on, man! You know it's Scratch, and you know his laugh. Come on, can I hear his laugh?
No.
All right, I'll do it. I'll do it with your half. The laugh.
So yes, that leads into my next question. So you've seen a good amount of the old cartoon, yeah?
Yeah, man. Like so I was like, all right, so I was a gaming kid from as early as I can remember. The first game I remember playing was Super Mario World. My sister got a Super Nintendo. But the first game I owned was Sonic 2. That was my game, so Sonic has always been my dude. So watching like the Sonic cartoon, like the really cheesy one with Sonic Says, where he's telling us like not to get in the clothes dryer. Like Sonic, I'll do what I want, man. And then he got in the clothes dryer in the Sonic movie. Let's point that out. He got in the clothes dryer. All right, sorry. And then you had.
But there's never a scene where he let Dr. Robotnik touch him in an inappropriate place.
that was the deleted scenes, man. That and like the Sonic, like the more sort of grounded one with the like Wally and Bunny Rabbit and Sally Acorn.
Oh yeah, that one. Sonic Underground. That one.
Oh no, we're not talking about Underground, man. Like when they're
one?
playing like instruments. No, this the same kind of vibe as Underground, but before that, they had like a it was actually low key probably the best Sonic cartoon back in the day. Like they actually had it more like it was more of like about the environmental friendly suggestions of Sonic, and they referenced it in Sonic Spinball, or in one of the mini
Okay.
games you like saved like his allies from that spinoff. Also got to shout out Rob Paulson as Antoine de Coulette. Always got to shout out Rob Paulson because
Shout
he's
out
my
Rob
dude.
Paulson in general. He's awesome.
He is the best, man. But and yes, let's also pay tribute to Sonic Underground, where Jaleel White played triple duty, playing Sonic, his brother, and his sister.
I had no idea he also voiced his sister in the show. That's crazy.
he got paid. Well, I don't know what he got paid, but like he worked triple overtime.
I still feel like Jaleel White needs to make a cameo in one of these movies. That's the only one of the few disappointments I had about the first movie that they didn't show him anywhere. It's like, come on, put him in the second movie or the third movie, wherever, man. Just he deserves to be there, honestly.
100%. Like, and again, like in Sonic Generations, if they had him say one line by Jaleel White, I would have lost my stuff.
And so a lot of people. So do it anyway. So yes, the box art is very much based on the cartoon. The gameplay, however, is based on a puzzle game that initially did not leave Japan, and that puzzle game is called Puyo Puyo. And here's the funny thing: I don't know if that ever came to Genesis aside from there probably was a Genesis Japanese or Mega Drive Japanese Puyo Puyo game that I'm just not aware of, but this was definitely an example of they think the puzzle game will do well, but they're just not quite sure about this weird, like, Japanese sounding name. So they'll dress it up as something else. They did very much the same thing for the Super Nintendo, where they made an exclusive Kirby game called Kirby's Avalanche, which I love that game, by the way. It had trash talking Kirby. No other Kirby game has that.
See, I thought you were going to say Tetris Attack, where they did the same thing with
That's another example.
Yeah.
That is another good example. I didn't own this original Super Nintendo back in the day. Like my first console was N64, so I unfortunately never played Tetris Attack. My first experience with that gameplay was in Pokemon Puzzle League on the N64. But thanks to the Nintendo Switch Online, they did release the original Panel de Pon on the online, which I have played the shit out of because I love Panel de Pon's gameplay, and it's not translated, like it's all Japanese text, but I love the gameplay, so I was just like enjoying it, and just like I finished like one of the story modes. I need to like to go back and do some of the other ones. It's probably the Super Nintendo game I put the most time into on Switch, I would say, because I just adore it. If you guys missed that episode, it doesn't hold up. It is on our YouTube HPCritical, so you can check that out. But anyways, yeah. So this
Link
game
down below.
Link down below. Yes. So you guys, so we're gonna be checking out Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, which is the Dr. Robotnik spinoff. That's basically Puyo Puyo. Let's go ahead and have a look at that information, see what it tells us. So it came out in '93. In this puzzle game, Dr. Robotnik is kidnapping the residents of Beanville, and only you can save them. Okay, let me finish reading before I say something. Match 4 or more beans in the same color to free them. Create combo chains to thwart Robotnik's goons or defeat your friends. Okay, so here's why I was confused. I'm gonna be honest, like I've played Puyo Puyo and I've played Kirby's Avalanche and various other versions of it, but I've never actually played specifically Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. And for whatever reason, I guess I was assuming that because it was, Dr. Robotnik was the protagonist, that you're going to be playing as him doing his nefarious deeds. So to find out that even in his own spin-off, he's still the villain is like, that's nuts. I guess that's sending the right message for children, but oh man, that's crazy.
Don't enslave people and turn them into robots, like.
Well, anyway, are you ready to get this game started?
Already.
Begin.
So I have like affection for this game because my mom owned it on the Game Gear alongside crikey, what was it called? Baku Baku? Like the one where you it has the animals. Oh, it's gonna bug me. I think it's called Baku Baku.
I mean, Oh wow, it really is the Poyos making up the logo. That's awesome. So Compile, yes, because Compile is the one that made the original Beat Read machine. Oh wow, look at this. Look at this. I actually really like this charming ass UI font that's going on here. I think though, this is not very well. There is a Green Hill kind of aesthetic to it, I guess, in the background. But in this music, I'm like listening to it. It sounds very Robotnik, like a very mechanical like theme going on with it. But it really feels like they kind of took this menu from Puyo Puyo itself. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting here. Let's have a quick peek at the options here. See what kind of key assignments we're looking at here. So we got turn right, turn left, turn right. Okay, so they all do pretty much the same thing, more or less. So I'm only really going to be messing A and B, and then you can change it. What's the... Okay, so you can go to easy, you can go to hard. Hardest! Okay, I was wondering if they would go even harder. Because...
Harder than hard, man!
Dude, like these puzzle games, they like have the easy, they have the normal, the hard, and then the very hard, and then the ultra hard. like you have one easy, one normal, but like freaking like several different hard difficulties. I remember Kirby 64, his difficulties were easy, normal, hard, and intense. So I'm like, oh, what's intense? And then I did the mini game, like, oh my god. Let's see what kind of modes we have here. 15 game match.
No, man, we ain't got time for that.
We do not.
It's like a year at least.
I'm gonna try one. If it's too quick, I'll bump it to 3. And then, like a lot of these early games, you got a little sampling that you can, sample.
What does that mean? What am I sampling? Like, is it like a platter? Like an hors d'oeuvre?
You know, it sounds like you're hungry, man. Maybe you need to get a snack after this.
Midnight snacks, bro.
Hey, midnight snacks are the best snacks. Let me try this, exercise mode.
Get your cardio in, man.
What happened?
Get your cardio in.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, you can join for this exercise. Press start.
Oh, shit. Oh, sorry.
Let's go. I'm going to try easy just to get the feel of it.
I'm going to go hardest because that's where I'm at. Oh, whoa, that's super hard. Oh, dude. Like, this
You are the equivalent of, like, oh, I'm just going to do a light jog and hit it to, like, the maximum setting.
I'm that prick on a treadmill that completely, like, makes everyone else look stupid, but also makes myself look stupid because I'm, like, frantically trying not to die. Oh, dude. My beans are out of control. Oh, wait, combos!
Would you say that?
Oh, maybe this is...
Yeah, you know, the faster speeds do lend themselves better to the gameplay, I find. Oh. I just wonder if you can change that after... I thought, get a nice little jog just to warm up and then just kind of like move out forward from there. But, who knows?
My beans are causing problems. My beans are... Oh, what's it? Whoa! Oh!
Are you having issues over
there? What even was that? I mean, I just had like a big boss bean. Like, oh, I'm dead. Oh, my beans are dead. That's sad. I failed to like rescue them.
So like, not for nothing here, but does this feel right now? Oh, the speed is getting faster. Oh, here we go. But does this feel at all like anything? What you're seeing right now and nothing else? Anything like a game that's like a spin-off of Sonic?
Oh, not the slightest. Like, this is as much of a reach as Sonic Crackers.
Oh my god, what is Sonic Crackers?
Sonic Crackers was another puzzle game, not dissimilar to this, but Sonic Crackers will go down in infamy as having one of the worst soundtracks, I think, in gaming entirely.
Oh, bad soundtrack in a Sonic game is a cardinal sin.
Oh, dude, like, it was like an assault on the ears and the soul. Like,
absolutely disgusting.
Like, if I were to describe it, like, verbally, it would be like...
I feel assaulted just hearing that.
Like, I'm just picturing, like, Yuji Naka hearing that and being like, nah, man.
Sonic was a mistake.
Yeah, I shouldn't have brought this into the world. So I'm getting the vibe that this game I haven't played in like 25 years perhaps wasn't a good game to go in at the hardest difficulty.
You know, but do you feel warmed up?
I mean, like warmed up in so much that someone has like lit a match upon me and I am now burning alive, kind of warmed up.
So then, yes, awesome.
I'm so warm. I'm well toasty.
All right, now how do I exit said exercise mode? Oops, I pressed.
Oh man, you never exit exercise mode. This is us forever now. This is our eternity. This is perdition, man. Welcome to perdition.
Oh my goodness. Wait. But dead ass though. Is there no way to get out of exercise mode?
I don't know. I didn't make the game.
Why are these puzzle games like this? Like so many puzzle games, like you go into these modes, you can't freaking leave.
It's like you're committed, man. Get your exercise in.
I'm pressing every button. It's like, all right. Well then, if that's the case, I guess we're resetting.
All right. So does that affect the how does it age like factor?
For me at least, you know, we have features to make it a little easier to reset, but I definitely do note that in my postal report that hey, you can't get out of this mode once you're in it. Like that's a problem. So we're gonna do a little bit of scenario mode so I can get a feel for the story mode, and we'll switch back and forth. But then we'll end on you know, actual 1B versus 2B. Let's check out scenario. Start because we ain't do no progress yet.
Let's get into this lore right here.
Beans. Let me give you a hand or two. There we go. There's that. I prepare Dr. Robotnik's a beautiful bean. So I guess Dr. Robotnik is like the final boss. Oh man. Okay. So aside from that, this robot dude is at the end. I mean in the middle. Yeah. This is definitely a Puyo Puyo game.
I also want to like point out the fact that he takes up like a third of the screen. Like he has a commanding presence.
The screen is as big. He takes as much screen as to match his ego. And I will hear no argument to the contrary. Ooh, we got garbage coming down. Hey, they didn't give a garbage tutorial, by the way. There's like no tutorial in this game.
Ah, man, like it's just like, oh, let the beans escape. What the hell does that mean?
Yeah, the beans are loose. What does that mean exactly, video game? What are these beans? Like, why has Dr. Robotnik created these? Why haven't they appeared in the other rest of the games in the Sonic canon?
Although they did make a cameo in Sonic Mania.
That's true. That's true.
Popped me huge when I saw that.
I'm in trouble here. My combos keep getting blocked.
Yeah, this smug robot is really handing you the business, man.
Oh yeah. I'll give him his just comeuppance in a second. Let's do this.
Also, love the fact that the lore of this game suggests that if they hold hands, they can escape.
There's something weirdly tragic about that statement you just said.
I was gonna say weirdly erotic, but you know, to each their own.
I don't know. For some reason, Tony, my mind just went to something like I don't know, like siblings like holding hands, getting away from like war or some shit.
So you went Sophie's Choice. I went Debbie Does Dallas.
Yeah. I think that says everything we need to know about our different walks in life.
Suddenly my camera gets cut off. Whoa, he's not here anymore.
That stream ended abruptly. Wonder what happened there. All the information you need to understand, viewer, was in front of you. You just didn't read the context clues.
We just watched the highlights, and I'm completely edited out, and you're talking to yourself.
Okay, so confession. I had a stream a few weeks ago where I got everyone together to play the Mario Kart 8 Booster Course Pack 1. And I didn't realize until about halfway during the stream that, you know, the Discord audio is muted, so it sounded like I was just talking to myself for about half the stream. So crazy Brandon was just out there just like speaking to the voices that no one else could hear.
Man, like that would ruin my month. I am so pedantic about the quality of my stuff, while also openly admitting that like the actual content is hot garbage of what I do. But it's like, oh, if the audio quality is off, oh, ruined.
Just shut it all down. No, I definitely get that. Oh my god, this is something.
All right, so like you've made him mad. You made him mad. This is good.
I made him mad. This is good.
Yeah, unless you're trying to seduce him. Like, I don't think this is. Don't nag him. All right.
Listen, robots. Sometimes they're not the best looking, but sometimes if I've had enough drinks, then some certain robots.
See, I like to think that his pinchy claws are actually a reference to like the first Sonic Game Gear game and the first boss there, because this guy wasn't from the cartoon that I recall. So I like to think that it's like low-key a reference to that like pit boss.
Okay.
He had to hit with the balls. Probably not, but you know what? I'm gonna write my own lore.
As many Sonic fans do, in fact.
That's how Sonic Forces happen, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you beat the first robot. Oh, password! Oh, fun! So it's that kind of game. We're in that era. On that note, let me go ahead and swap you so you can do this. So you can take on the second opponent.
Oh, this is so cool! I haven't tried this yet. This swapping. That's really cool. I like that.
Oh,
I'm just always too wrapped up myself to anything useful. I'm a bright spark, though, and I reckon I know how to beat you. That's how that.
I like the voice that you chose there. I'm a fan of it.
Yeah, I like to think that he would be played by I don't know, maybe like Tony J back in the day.
Oh wow, that's a pull, but I'm with it.
I'm go hard or go home, man. Like that's where I'm at.
Go hard or go home.
So one thing I gotta say for this game is I love the fact that like all of the beams, they continue to jiggle. Like it doesn't add anything, but it makes them feel like organically alive.
Yeah, I agree. That's something I have always enjoyed about the Puyo Puyo series in general. That these weird beans just feel alive. By the way, have you put significant time into either of the Puyo Puyo Tetris games?
I haven't. Like, when the Switch first came out, like, I was considering getting the Puyo Puyo there. I didn't because I had a lack of, what's it called? Oh, yeah, money. But, you know, I was always an admirer of Puyo Puyo. And also an admirer of the fact that they don't have to hide it anymore behind, like, the American branding. And again, it's like you were saying about, like, all right, you've got this cool Japanese game, all right, put Kirby in it, or put Sonic in it, or put Yoshi in it, and it's like, I get it for the time, because there was this kind of weird divide between what was the original source material, which, in the case of Tetris Attack, was a bunch of, you know, like, fairy princesses, and it's like, I get it, that's maybe a hard sell in the mid-90s, but you know, the kind of people who are buying these games now are also not so, like, hung up in these semantics.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, we've gotten to a point now where, you know, there's so many different types of games and so many different type of audience for said games where, yeah, like you said, if in the mid-90s to honestly the whole 90s, honestly, if you weren't like this aggressive game where you're just like destroying things, or you're like this really cool mascot looking character, then you might as well hit the road. Like they just had no love for it whatsoever. JRPGs were an exception, but they weren't like really cutesy characters. They were just more like fantasy based characters. It was just, that's how it was. But you know, now we have so many different types of games. Games can be cute now, and that makes them, you know, people can enjoy cute games now without fear.
I feel like the industry has also understood that the people who were playing games, you know, back when we were kids, are probably still playing games now.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, like you look at like the anime that is popular now amongst everyone, sort of regardless of age or gender, like My Dress Up Darling, where it's like they could not sell that in America in the 90s. But now it's so self-aware of what it is. It's beautiful. I love that.
You were having trouble there for a second, but it looks like you. Oh,
I mean, I'm
sorry,
gonna
sorry.
pretend that the
That was a good
Okay.
combo. I'm glad you Shikamaru this nonsense and planned like 7 moves ahead.
No, I was too busy talking about My Dress Up Darling and how people should read my articles about My Dress Up Darling on Crunchyroll. Promos!
Promos. Check out your dress up darling today.
All right, okay. I'm gonna
Look
pretend
at his
that
face.
was. Okay.
Oh man, that is a cartoon face. I am with it. I think we're gonna be transitioning into the 2-player mode in a second, but let me I'm gonna do this real quick.
I think you're about to hit a wall, man. You're about to hit green bug man.
Indeed, but we will face him another time. I'll make a suspend point here so we can resume at any point, and then we'll hit the reset.
You're gonna come back to this in your own time or something?
Hey, I might. Because I'm certainly not gonna. If nothing else, I'm definitely not memorizing a password. We're not doing that today. Not in 2022. All right, it is time for us to do battle then. Oh, let's go right to normal. I think that's a nice little fair middle ground.
I'm feeling normal.
Well,
Oh, that's hardly normal. Oh, this is abnormal. Oh, whoa! I'm too busy looking at the preview, not paying attention to my current beans.
Oh yeah, don't do that. Oh, you must be in the here and now.
This is like when I had a Tamagotchi, and it's like I was paying all the attention to my Tamagotchi and just neglecting my actual pets.
I mean, ooh.
Sorry, as if on cue, one of my kittens has appeared on set and is now currently attacking my ring light. So, oh come on, come on! No, Faye, get out of the way! Oh, Faye, Daddy's at work. Oh, oh, Faye, you set this up, didn't you?
Oh yes,
Drive my cat.
I used the Tac Titan and egged on your cat to make sure that you would be interrupted at this exact moment.
This is look.
All right, and oh no.
Look at that. That is your accomplice right there.
Indeed, I have taught them well. What are these? Skirt, Grow, Din, Squid, DS, COC.
I like you went with COC there. Good.
Yeah. I was, you know, there are limits. Are we done already? Oh, that's right. We only set it to 1 round. Yeah. Okay,
yeah, you went 1 round. 1 round and out.
Indeed. That was a bit too quick. Let's go 3 this time and see how that goes.
All right, this time I'm going to stop spamming my beans on the ground as though they were going to make a beanstalk.
No jack on this stream.
Yeah, that's a dated analogy, but thank you for being on board for it.
Let's go with easy this time. Not the easiest, but easy should be fine. Ooh.
I see you're planning your beans. I see how it is.
I think about things sometimes. Not always the most important things.
It's like that meme. It's like he's thinking about other women. It's like, oh, where should my beans go?
We literally made that same joke on the podcast yesterday, and like,
damn it! Oh,
like, what was it? Like one of the guests that Sterling had. I don't want to spoil too much about what the game was, but was like saw a trailer for said game, and his at the time girlfriend was with him, and I made the joke that it was like the girl's like, I bet he's thinking about other girls, and it's like, I can't believe this game got announced. If you guys want to know exactly what that game is, definitely check out Memory Card Memoirs. If you've missed past episodes, myself and Tony have both been on said podcast. You guys can check all that out.
I gotta say, one thing about Sterling, I wouldn't tell him this to his face because, I don't want to big league him, but he makes every guest feel so welcome, and, like, he's a natural, 100%.
He really is. He's like the perfect kind of guy to make like a podcast because he's such a good host. He like you said, he makes his guests feel like at home. There's like no.
And he does his research.
Yeah, he does. I got to his episode on what was it? Fire Emblem Genealogy: The Holy War, and he mentioned at the beginning of that podcast that he hadn't played it, but he still was able to hold that conversation very well to his guests that had played it. Quite frequently, in fact, and it was just a very good episode. And I also appreciate the fact that hold on that real quick, I'm in my head. I also appreciate the fact that he's willing to let the conversation drift a little bit if he feels it's which is fine. Like, it's a more casual conversation anyway. Oh my god, my combo got blocked, you monster.
I don't think that was me. I think that was just like the game taking pity on me.
Nah. We've already established that you're secretly a criminal mastermind. If it wasn't for that cat, I wouldn't have won that first game.
Yeah, 100%. Like, man, like, I was catatonic.
Alright. Well, thank you guys for playing Dr. Robotnik's Movie Machine. We were going to play Sonic the Hedgehog 2, but frankly, I can't stand this man anymore, so we're ending the stream right here. Thank you guys for watching. Check out HPCritical.
Low key, that will make you win the match as well. Like, my game is all off. Like, my game is predicated on the strength of my puns.
Oh, man. Well, seems like I'm about to take this out. Well, I fought hard. Alright.
I love the animation as well, like the oh no scrolling from the screen. Really makes it resonate.
Let's try for this one. Let's try hard, see how that tickles the fancy.
That turn of phrase. Alright, here we go.
Oh!
Whoa! What?
Rolling man! Start!
This is hard!
Rolling
no!
Start! Many viewers didn't know where that's from. Thank you.
I had this obsession that in Daytona, like, he was actually saying, "We can eat! We can eat!"
What?
It sounds like... Alright, come on, listen to it next time. It's like, Daytona, we can eat! We can eat! Oh,
I only hear "Let's go away, let's go away."
I guess I hear what I want to hear, and I want to hear a victory right now. But
oh hey, let's go.
I was killed by my own hubris and Daytona.
All right, now we're gonna try hardest.
All right, I'm ready this time. We have to split it because right now it's 2-1. I can't go through the rest of my life knowing that I am at a loss in Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
Indeed. Oh, I went the wrong way there. Oh no! Okay.
Oh no! Come on! Like, these beans are not cooperating. Do they want to escape or do they want to live a life of servitude? These beans deserve nothing. These beans they're behind the whole deal. They're on Dr. Robotnik's side. I call shenanigans.
They were in his pocket the whole time. Oh, you didn't hit start, so you just forfeited.
Yeah, I've just ceased to exist.
Well, I think that's a decent place to stop anyways. Let's go ahead and hit the game selection up. So that was Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. Now, Tony, while I change the stream title real quick to reflect our next game that we're going to be playing, go ahead, give me some thoughts on Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
I mean, for what it was, like, I have no real complaints other than I feel as though the branding is kind of like deceptive because it doesn't really suggest it's going to be a puzzle game. I know you look at the back of the box, it tells you what it is, but you look at like Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, you're thinking, like you said, Dr. Robotnik's going to be like the main character. It's going to be like him doing some kind of evil scheme, and it seems a little bit shady to me to kind of like reposition it as what it was. But at the same time, I would have been more likely to have bought this as Mean Bean Machine than I would have as Puyo Puyo. I'm being transparent. I was a kid in the 90s, like I was a big Sonic stan, so it would have worked on me.
I agree. Yeah, no, that's it did what it had to do. Like we talked about earlier, like Puyo Puyo is a cool game concept, and we know a lot of people enjoyed this game back in the day. But yeah, they bought it because they saw a recognizable character in the box art. Even if they didn't necessarily recognize the name, if they watched that Sonic cartoon back in the day, they saw the design and realized what was up. And there it was. But the game itself is fun. But yeah, it really does feel like the Puyo Puyo game with like the lightest Sonic spin-off paint just painted over it. It's like you go into like this burger joint and someone just puts like a label like Olive Garden like in like a big label of the McDonald's thing, and you go inside and it's like, what the fuck? This is fucking McDonald's. But pasta here. But yeah, that's what it feels like. Like aside from like the story mode and like the robots you fight, it's the Puyo Puyo font. Like that's what you're playing. Like it was a disguise to get you in the door, basically. And once you were there, you had fun. And we're at a point now where you can just enjoy that series for what it is. But they really did have to kind of dress it up a little bit to it is what it is. Same thing with Tetris Attack. That was a double disguise because one, it wasn't Tetris at all. It was a very different game. And second, they put Yoshi characters instead of the fairy characters to dress that one up as well. So I'm just glad the games have the confidence to be themselves now. This is like one of those childhood cartoons where it's just like you're just trying to pretend to be something you're not. It's like, oh, the lesson was just be yourself. Like
it became a Sonic Says after all.
There we go. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Machine was like just an extension of just be yourself. But I don't know if it teaches that lesson because people had fun playing this game that wasn't itself. But that's why Dr. Robotnik's the main character. He's the opposite of Sonic. All right, that's it. Yeah, anyway. It's debatable, but at the end, huh?
We've uncovered it. Almost 30 years later, we've uncovered that was why it was Dr. Robotnik's game. Is because it lied to you.
Yes, that's the truth all along. Yeah, this game actually does hold up because it had this secret all along. It had this life lesson that exists all these years later about being yourself because Dr. Robotnik said to not be yourself. But in all seriousness, the game is fine. Like even if it's just pretending to be something else, the gameplay is still fun. Though that being said, if you're not already a Puyo Puyo fan and don't know how to play, this game does not teach you. You have an exercise mode so you can kind of like muck your way through it, but you're not actually learning how to do it. You're just kind of like discovering things. So if that appeals to you, that I'm sure you'll enjoy that much of it. And basic 2-player mode is there, little single player mode. If you like Puyo Puyo, this is a perfectly fine experience. That being, and it's on your expansion pack, so you can just do that. I will say though, I definitely want to say get the expansion pack just for this game. Because also, if you have the regular Nintendo Switch Online, Super Puyo Puyo 2 is one of the games available on the Super Nintendo app, so you can just play that. This won't give you that much of a different experience unless you just like either really enjoy the game as a kid or just really mess with that doctor. But even then, you're beating him up in this game essentially if you're good enough to get to the finale. So there's also another deception. It's like Dr. Robotnik. Oh yeah, I can be the villain. What? I'm still fighting the villain, but I don't get to be a cool blue hedgehog. Man. But the game itself is fun. It's just it's very simple, and if you like Puyo Puyo or puzzle games in general, you'll enjoy it. But there's just not much more than that. Any other closing thoughts before we give our whether we think it holds up or not?
If I were to make it now, I would have like leaned into the idea that you're Sonic and have like, like how they have the garbage blocks. Also,
Yes.
like maybe like a power up where it's Knuckles, so you get to like clear a line down because he digs, or it's
Mm.
Tails, so it's like a diagonal thing, or I don't know, something like that, where it's like you makes you feel like the heroes are actually working with you. I don't know.
No, I agree. I think that's a good point. Like because it is just a reskin Puyo Puyo, it very much lacks the identity that a Sonic game would have.
Mm-mm.
So if you're playing it specifically for that, you're really gonna be disappointed. But if you're just like have your mind open to just play a fun puzzle game, then I think you'll have a good time. So yeah, if you enjoy puzzle games and Puyo Puyo, I would say, and you already happen to have expansion pack, I think this game does hold up. For those who like Sonic specifically, you may not find as much fun in it. It really just depends on what you're looking for. It is a spin-off through and through. That's not really a spin-off. So there you go. All right, so that's Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. Now we're gonna transition over to the main event of today. We're gonna be playing Sonic the Hedgehog 2. We didn't point this out earlier, but one of the movie posters is directly references this box art here, where it has Jim Carrey's Dr. Eggman just holding the two, and then Sonic and Tails at the cover. That's absolutely great. So I'm gonna be real with you. I haven't done a Does It Hold Up episode on Sonic the Hedgehog 1 yet, and also that game is just also not here on the Genesis app, so that's why I haven't done that yet. I mean, I don't know why they put 2 before 1, but if I'm gonna be real, I played the Sonic the Hedgehog 1 game maybe about 2 years ago for the first time in a while. And spoiler alert, if they ever do if they ever do add and I end up doing an episode on it, but I don't think the original Sonic the Hedgehog holds up that well. Now, my little preamble before we start playing 2 is I remember this game just being significantly better than the first one in terms of gameplay and level design. I mean, of course, we'll assess that ourselves, but yeah, the first Sonic the Hedgehog, once you leave Green Hill Zone, it just kind of goes downhill from there in terms of level design. I just found myself not having a good time. But Sonic the Hedgehog 2 did a lot of cool things. Like any good video game sequel, it takes what worked about the first game and then just kind of like improves upon it in many ways. It added Tails, who is one of my favorite Sonic characters of all time. You have the co-op aspect of it. You just everything is better. But what's your experience with Sonic the Hedgehog 2? Before I go too much deeper.
Well,
I know
well,
you
because
just
like
no, go
yeah,
ahead.
like because this was my first game ever, like it will always hold a fond place in my heart. And unfortunately for me, because I played this before Sonic 1, Sonic 1 will always feel like an inferior facsimile. Like it won't feel like Sonic 2 is an evolution, it feels like Sonic 1 was a de-evolution. And with
Okay.
Sonic 1 as well, like the pacing was kind of weird because you go from like Green Hill Zone, does the job, does what it wants to do,
Yep.
and then it goes straight over to I think it's called what's it called? The Marble Zone, or where everything kind of just slows down to like a crawl, where it's more sort of like conventional platforming.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Sonic 2, after the Emerald Hill Zone, it hits you with Chemical Plant. And it's like, this is a new experience. Like, from the get go of Chemical Plant, you get to choose which route you want to go down. And it's like, it makes it feel as though the game is not just about what it wants to offer you, it's about what you want from it. And, like, it had this sort of, like, vertical exploration factor that didn't slow down Sonic's movement. It made it feel more organically grand, I feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I'm definitely with that. Yeah. I will admit though I haven't played Sonic 2 as much as one because I was trying to like go through like the series like regularly, and like one was just like had me as a roadblock because again I just don't feel it held up as well. So I was just like, ugh. And then I got to like the final zone and finished it. Scrap Brain Zone it was called, and I was just like, man, Sonic just definitely has gotten better over the years, I must say. But no, like I definitely appreciate what this game did in terms of like its history. It's a very significant game in the Sonic series. So many people still hold it up as like the best Sonic game out there, and I like it for that. I will also mention that I also played a little bit of the Game Gear / Master System version of Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which, by the way, is a very different game because it's actually, I think, a prequel to this version of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 because it's supposed to be like his and Tails' first meeting. But you're saving Tails in that game. You're not working with him to fight Eggman. Like, Tails just needs to be saved, and if you don't get all the Chaos Emeralds to get the true ending in Super Sonic, Tails is just implied to be dead.
He's in the stars, man. Yeah. He's in the stars.
You just like Sonic never finds it. You just look, and the Tails in the stars, implying that he just ceased to exist. I told one of our editors of HPCritical, Marissa. She's like a huge Tails fan, and I told her about that because she didn't know about that, and she just was like upset that there's an implication that Tails just died in that ending.
There's so much false advertising as well. Like, I think he's on the cover, if I recall correctly, or like the box art, and like the level art as well. Like, it shows like Sonic and Tails in mine carts, and then it's like, oh, but Tails ain't there.
Yeah, it's definitely limited. I'll say that. Oh, that game is a trip. I want to try the Game Gear Sonic 2 at some point, like a deep dive into it, but we'll see. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and dive into Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and see how it goes. But let's have a look at that info real quick. So this came out in 92. Sonic returns to save the world in his second game, considered by many to be a series highlight for its enhanced speed and momentum. Tails, the twin-tailed fox, also makes his debut, and the game features a 2-player mode. Well, ready to get going?
100%.
Go fast. There it is, that iconic Sega. Gee, Sonic and Miles Tails Prower in.
I love the fact that like they gave him like a nickname in his first appearance. Like, it seems weird to me that he'd have an official name, but then also a nickname.
Oh, that's weird. The menu scrolled a little bit to the. Oh, this is just a demo. Okay. Oh, that's right. You can. That's right. You could race.
Yeah. Now I assume we're going the 1-player mode and working cooperatively. Yeah.
We're gonna be doing both, but we'll start with the 1-player mode, and then doing that whole co-op thing. All right. Thank you for the demo. I want to see those options. See what's on there. Players select what? Versus mode item, all kinds of items. I guess that sounds fine, but what does this mean? Uh-oh.
Oh, well, there you go. Have you just entered us in the game?
From the options menu?
That's the weirdest option ever! It's like, do you want to play? Oh, yeah, okay. So first impression of the options is like a little bit prohibitive, maybe?
A little bit. Are you controlled, Tails, by the way?
Yeah, that's why I'm doing so well. Oh no, I'm dead. I'm okay.
You're there.
This game is not necessarily a great 2-player game in so much that whoever's playing as Tails can like be doing their best. Then Sonic gets like the speed shoes, and suddenly it's like, all right, you're done, Tails. You're in the background.
Oh, that's not what I meant to do.
I mean, like, if you're into that kind of thing, I'm not going to judge, but okay.
No, I don't want to get like impaled by anything.
I like how you add the precursor to anything, not spikes, not otherwise. Also, when I go back to play Sonic 1 and I try and speed dash or spin dash and it's not there, blows my mind. It just seems like such a quintessential Sonic move that it not having been there from the first place is wild to me.
Yeah, honestly. I know some later versions add that into Sonic 1. and I think that just makes it a better game, if I'm honest.
It's a bit like how I feel like if they continue making 2D Sonic games, the drop dash from Sonic Mania will become a staple.
Yeah, that's for sure. I see you just mucking about there.
I'm celebrating your win, man. Oh, we're in tandem! Oh, that was slow-lived. Oh, okay, now it's like Tails. All right. Sit yourself down, Tails.
Gotta go fast. Where? Oh, yeah, there it is.
Like you knew it was coming. The trap.
Oh, man. Blast processing! Oh, no!
That should be the slogan right there. Blast processing!
Oh,
what?
no!
Dude! What was that?
What was that? You didn't save me!
What was I gonna do? I don't have the option to...
Use your tails. Tails?
Oh man, like Tails' tails are only implied in the second game. It's not until the third game that he actually puts them to use.
His tails are implied.
That's why he's called Miles, man, because he runs fast, but he doesn't do much with his tails.
Alright, here we go.
That's not very fast. I'm not impressed.
Alright, we gotta teach Dr. Robotnik a lesson that he won't soon forget.
Oh, he taught me a lesson. He taught me arithmetic. Oh, he's a good teacher, man. Oh, I liked it. You head faked him, and then you paid for your hubris.
Man.
So the momentum is a bit slower than I remember.
Kill that man here. Alright.
Like running from like a starting position is just a smidgen slow. Maybe it's just because I'm used to it being more like I feel like in later games it became more of a fast progression, too fast.
You're saying Sonic is too fast? Well,
Which way are you gonna go? Oh.
You know what they say, Tony? The bad thing about going at the speed of light is that you can only see darkness.
You had to get the memes in somewhere.
I had to. Oh no!
What were you planning there? It's like you wanted. Whoa! What was that? You didn't do anything. Oh, you hit the speed thing. All right, I didn't see that.
Okay, here we go.
That's Dr. Robotnik's like best laid trap right there. Make you go fast, but fast and wrong. Ah.
Ooh, that is a chemical.
Was it the slow chemical?
Oh man, you're too slow.
Low-key putting in really dated Finger 11 references on this stream, you know, like...
Just wag your finger. Okay, what? Hold on, what?
Now, that always interests me as well, like, that was Sonic's whole thing, is like going like that. Like, was that very cool? Like...
I guess, because he was just like this edgy may be the wrong word, but he was like this aggressive mascot that was just like showing that he was above you in many ways.
Yeah, but that doesn't seem like a cool thing to do. That seems like when my grade 1 teacher like disapproves of my mathematics. It's like, no, that's not 3 times 5, Anthony. All right.
I guess it just depends on whether or not you can pull it off.
You're saying my primary school teacher wasn't as cool as Sonic the Hedgehog? Yes. I'm gonna die in here. It's sad.
You're not get squished here. Alright, here we go. Let's go. Oh, that was a weak jump. Okay.
I swear, Tails feels so, like, slapped on, but, like, in a really... Not in a dissatisfying way, like, if I disappear off the screen, I will despawn almost immediately.
Oh shoot! Okay, here we go. Oh well.
I'm just gonna do some push-ups over here. That's what I'm gonna do.
Gotta get as buff as Knuckles. Okay, here we go. Oh, here we are.
So my early impressions are kind of skewed by the fact that we're going through some really iconic levels.
Hey, we're at a checkpoint. Yeah, these definitely are the most iconic of the bunch from Sonic 2 specifically. What the what?
I'm in charge.
Oh man, 40 minutes.
So like, point blank, can you even like remember what the third stage is in this game?
I don't.
Like, that's interesting. It's not like the levels got worse necessarily, but maybe it's because like Chemical Plant was such an iconic zone that it just kind of felt
cool,
as though everything else would be. Man, I really love 2D's version of 3D graphics. Like this stuff here is my aesthetic.
Ooh. Oh god, no.
Sonic's most iconic catchphrase.
Cool. 140 minutes. Okay.
I'm gonna put some work in. Tails was just hanging before.
Alright, okay.
I want to get some credit for this.
Alright, we're doing it.
Oh,
no!
Ah! The Emerald head faked us.
Sonic Ring and Tails. Back we go.
To be filled with shame. You know what? I'm gonna accept my fate and just crush myself right here. No, I can't. All right.
Back into the stars you go, Tails.
The canonical ending is that Tails died immediately.
And then we got a new Tails. The Tails doll is actually the real Tails.
Oh, I want to read that creepypasta.
I don't. Buried along with where Tails' body should have been buried.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Tails' doll first appeared in Sonic R, yeah?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. Now, it's such an interesting choice that, like, they go, like, you know, oh!
No.
Tails' doll got his revenge. But, like, so they have Tails, you know, they have, like, Metal Sonic. Cool. They have Metal Knuckles. Cool. Metal Tails? Nah. They have Tails' doll. This, emotionless ghoul.
It is a ghoul indeed. It just, you know, the memes are there. I'm not gonna like repeat them here, but you might get your soul snatched faster than a Yukio villain.
So obviously you can save this for like a Does It Hold Up episode, but Sonic R, like, yay, nay?
I haven't played Sonic R. I just don't hear the greatest things about it.
I loved it back in the day. Like, I thought it was hype, but I watch, like, impressions videos now, I'm like, not so much.
I would love to play it. Like, it would be cool if Saturn Games came to this online service as well. Don't know if they will, but... Wait, what? Bro, there's so much space!
You got killed by the pressure, man! It weighed you down!
in more ways than one, apparently.
So we're gonna call this game unforgiving, perhaps? Or at least inflexible?
It's definitely forgiving. I'm just bad.
We didn't quite come here for like a Sonic 2 speed run, did we?
Nuts. My skills are no good.
What is that, a Sonic Says reference?
It could be, but we'll just keep the mystery going. I think I saw like a save point down there. I'm just gonna grab that real quick. We've been having issues here.
I'll save you.
Save me. I'm eternally grateful. Ooh. Okay. I'm scared.
Nah, that's right. I got this.
All right. All right. Thanks for letting me down again. Ah!
Oh. You're in the scars, man.
In the chemical bags. Oh no! Wow.
Dude.
Was, humiliating.
This is This is the canonical ending. Sonic died in a pool of toxic ooze.
You had him the whole time. All right, we're gonna switch over to player 1 and player 2 and try that versus mode out. I think.
All right. I hope you heard every one of those cracks on my mic.
Oh, you got.
Oh, we go in 2-player mode.
Yeah, we're doing the versus. Let's do the Casino Night Zone.
All right, because we weren't gonna make that there in 1-player mode at this rate.
Yeah, I believe that was.
Oh, I'm Sonic. Got it. Oh, that's not good. Sonic's here to play the slots and not win any races. Ooh, that's a death trap right there.
Oh man, ooh, damage. Oh.
Now you might recall it's in Sonic 3, the 2-player mode. They had you running laps instead of full stages.
In what game now?
In Sonic 3, so like they gave you the option of going Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, but it was at the cost of like the actual quality of the stages. I feel. There are so many people who. Just gonna kind of slowly navigate. I see.
I'm trying. I'm just trying to get my bearings here. Sonic, wait for me.
Sonic 3 was a weird game in so much that because it was supposed to be one gigantic game and they had to split it into Sonic 3 and then Sonic and Knuckles as two separate entities, it kind of feels as though Sonic 3 is almost like a definitive downgrade as far as the games go, in so much that it's not as long, there's not as much variety to it. But at the same time, if you combine Sonic 3 and Knuckles, that's my definitive Sonic game. Even over, I would argue, Mania to this day. What are you doing, bruh?
This momentum is not cooperating.
Oh, he's sluggishly.
Do I just let this happen, or?
Well, you can hold the jump button, or you can sit there and like wallow in your misery. I don't know. It's up to you.
There we go. It all makes sense now. I just gotta get to the finish line, man.
Why does the game even like give you the option of finishing the stage? Like, it's.
So we could.
It's not like you can come third at this rate.
Oh no, not the drowning sound effect.
Oh no, they're hitting you with that. Oh, go, little guy! Oh, you made it!
Let's go.
Partial credit.
I'll take it. Hello, friend.
You got some weird friends, bro.
Well, considering I'm down here, I guess I would call him a friend in a high place. Let's go!
So out of all the stages in Sonic lore, I think the casino stages were the ones I was most likely to get a time out on, or run out of time.
They're pretty vast.
And not to mention, like, you can, like, screw around with all of, like, the casino stuff. And it's, like, it's actually kind of fun, even though it's all based on, like, random chance.
Mm-hmm. As a casino should be, yes, indeed. Mm-hmm.
Are you saying that slots are rigged somehow?
No, I'm saying the opposite. It's all based on luck. The casinos would never try to fleece people.
This stream sponsored by Vegas.
Where you get your gambling in today. Win your millions. What are you doing here watching this stream when you could be a millionaire right now?
This is training right here for Vegas when you end up falling inside with a fox. And why do we keep repeating this cycle right here? Oh, this is pitiful. All right, I'm gonna follow your tactic. Roll on the ceiling like train spotting.
Oh no.
Oh, pro style right there.
Oh my god, what is this bumper?
That's the bumper of inevitability.
I see. I finally progressed.
I gotta say, this 2-player mode holds up like
surprisingly well, actually.
Yeah, and
this is fun.
because like you can see the other person alongside, even though like we're kind of ghosts from each other, we can't hit each other or anything. But
sure.
Oh, but you won in rings and items, I think. So, kudos.
Interesting. Ooh, look, a nice little check mark. Let's head to Mystic Cave Zone.
Oh, ooh, almost caught that.
Oh no, I'm trapped.
That is cruel.
See, this is what you have chosen to do to me, game. Invincibility. But is this still
invincibility? Why have you returned to this miserable place?
I thought it would. I don't know. I thought the wall would go down or something. Now why can't I escape?
It's all right. You're invincible. You can live there forever. That's your home. I think with the way that check marks work in this game, because I hit a checkpoint, if you die now, you will actually respawn where I hit the checkpoint, I think?
Yes, that sounds right.
Which is funny, because you could just chill in the beginning for the whole stage, and then wait until I'm about to hit the last checkpoint, do yourself in, and then, like... Oh, what?
Oh!
There's a game... What?!
I guess so. I guess you lost all your lives. I guess we can try that again, though.
What happened to my first checkpoint? It's like we're working cooperatively. What? Ow. Oh, I've hit your agonizing point of no return. Oh, that's death. Oh yeah, we got lives down there. That's interesting. Yeah. That's interesting that, like, it's ostensibly a versus mode, but it's also going to punish both players if one of you dies.
Fascinating.
I mean, it adds a certain level of strategy to it, because, you know, obviously I want to win, but at the same time, if you die, I don't win.
Oh, okay, here we go. What? I didn't climb that? What?
Why have you gone back there?
I was trying to get to the vine!
Oh, this is
I have no rings. Okay, now I have a ring.
The sheer crushing weight of inevitability has set your place in life and in death.
The level design, though, is as I remember it, significantly better in this game, though.
I mean, I will admit that the slowdown is a little
Yeah, when there's a lot of stuff on screen, older
yeah,
games
it's a
have
little
issues, keeping track of all the stuff on the screen.
yeah, but I guess in a vacuum, like, you can complain about it now, but at the time, it didn't bring you out of the moment. So I guess, I don't know, when, like, I guess the point is, does it hold up? But at the same time, like, you know, back in 1990, was it 2 this one was?
Yes, that's when this one came out.
Yeah, like, the slowdown was almost kind of, like, part of the experience. It's like, oh, look at how much stuff is going on. It's like,
exactly.
It's not a bug.
It's like, oh,
it's a feature.
Man. This game is so cool that it literally can't hold on to. Oh my god! Where'd that spike come from? Oh no! Oh no! Ah!
What was
that? Can't destroy this bridge.
Alright, you have a minute to atone for your sins.
Tails can never atone for all his sins.
He knows what he did.
He killed that guy in electrical and invented. This is canon. Did you watch those those Sonic questions that they did like a few months ago?
No. I need closure on this.
Yeah, so there was like a damn it, hold on. There's like a thing where where people on Twitter could ask like the cast of like Sonic questions, but they answered as the characters. Like you're basically talking to okay, I'm dead. You basically talk to them as you basically talk to Sonic and the cast, right? And the Among Us Twitter asked him a question, basically, who's more prone to lie? And Tails answered, "Hey, it must be this Wisp here." He told, "What's that, Wisp?" Oh, he said he killed someone electrical and then vented. So they all voted the Wisp to leave the call. And then Tails, and when they were suspecting Tails, like, "Hey, did you lie, Tails? Like, I've only told 2 lies in my life." Then this wasn't one of them. And then they got rid of the Wisp. And Tails says, "Oh well, next question." Yeah, told 3.
Oh man, like, I there's something so fantastic about when voice actors get to take free license of the characters, because obviously, you know, like, the actors aren't writers, so they can take it in any direction. And like, it reminds me of back in the day, the Full Metal Alchemist, and what was it, like, Roy Mustang. We're slightly out of position. It's okay, Tails. What was it, like, Roy Mustang looks sexy in a, I can't remember the exactitude of it, but it became this running gag.
What? No! Save me!
Oh no! Why have I followed you into hell? Oh, dude, I'm dead. And you're going back to the very beginning.
I'm just gonna keep moving forward. Tied! That's considered a tie.
Default.
We'll call it a draw.
Oops, why'd I do that? Why'd I put myself behind you?
Swings wins. So the rings, dog.
So, let me know when you're playing for real.
Oh wow! All right. Wait, so if you, dude, okay, hold on. This is a most rings challenge.
Yeah.
And you can just lose all your rings from any enemy and just instantly have the bracket reset.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're not talented enough to dodge the enemies, I mean, Are you trying to hit every enemy? Like, is this some sort of deal you got with them? Like, is this what Tails is into?
It's a hit every enemy run. Yeah, see, it's a success. Unbridled success.
By the way, you know you can jump in front of me. By the way, yeah. If you hit the jump button, it swaps positions.
Yeah, totally do that. I knew it the whole time. I was trying to make you feel better about this game.
My ego needs this.
There wasn't enough enemies there, man. I couldn't hit them. Let's go.
Now, graphically, how does this, like, 2D, 3D kind of vibe, how does that jive with you now?
For its time, I'm surprised that a game like this could even have such a robust 3D mode like this.
Like, okay, obviously it looks dated, but at the same time, it's not... It does what it's supposed to do, ultimately.
Indeed. Oh, okay, so it was all your range. This was a good amount. That's a lot more fair than... The penalty is still high, but...
I had that coming. You also had that coming.
Tails has many things coming to him.
So we're establishing it as canon now, right?
It's always been canon. We are merely informing the audience of what has always been. You just needed to look at the lore to understand the truth.
Read between the lines. Now, totally irrelevant question for you.
Yes.
What video game franchise that hasn't had a movie yet do you think would work really well on the screen?
Work well on the screen.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so would that include live action or the animation?
Yeah. Either.
Okay. So if we're talking live action, I think a Metroid movie could be a vibe.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about animation. Actually, there's very few movies that I would want to see like in live action form. Though I say that, and sometimes they turn okay, like Pikachu did. I don't know. I think every movie could be cute animated. Or actually, a better example. Give me a nice Star Fox one. I could go with the Star Fox.
Yeah, because I guess as well with Star Fox, like that's pretty much the only Nintendo game, other than later Metroid games, that really flesh the characters out.
It's true. I think there's some cool stuff that can be done there. Also, my cousin Jeremiah is on chat, and he has said the special stages were horrible.
Just eviscerates like the dang it, the quality. Oh, I see. You get a shield.
There you go. Yeah. Hidden paths.
I love the level design. I really do. Like,
In Sonic 2 is exceptionally good.
yeah, because the thing is, like, you'd think that the higher you go, the better you're doing, but I feel like every path is equally as valid. Like, obviously, one path is going to be quicker, but
Sure.
you're not being punished for your skill level necessarily. Also, what is with this? Oh! I was about about to say, what's with this walking start you're doing at every level? But then I got pounded by a fish, so...
Indeed. I just let you be the shield to let me know what's coming ahead.
Playing the long game.
Indeed. Tails is nothing if not a planner.
That was cheap. Love it.
Ah, yes. It is sweet indeed.
Now, Tails is one of those characters who I feel he was better before he started speaking, because then they kind of assigned him this personality where he's kind of like this nebbish, you know, like he's not as confident. Like in Sonic Forces, he literally like panics when the Chaos clone is coming toward him. And it's like, are we discounting all the things he did in the previous games?
So, I partially agree with your statement of like he was better before he was able to talk, because the early games actually did him a lot of justice. Like Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 was great for Tails' character. Even Sonic Heroes to some degree. But yeah, no, as the games went on and they just relegated him to more of like sidekick that didn't do anything, he just got worse. And Sonic Force is probably the worst example of that. But the few games before that did that as well. When they just started having him not playable, I guess, is when they started to lose his character, because he just had to naturally become weak. Because if he's not weak, you can't justify him not being playable right alongside Sonic.
Yeah, and the same happened with Knuckles, in so much that, you know, in Sonic 3, he's established as this wild character that breaks through walls, has no limits. I think canonically he was afraid of heights, but that was it, you know, otherwise he was like this ballistic force. And then in Sonic Heroes, I remember at one point, you're running through a tunnel and Knuckles says, "We're not going in there, are we? Ah!"
Knuckles, so that... I don't think that's a bad thing, because Sonic Adventure 2 established that Knuckles, as the brave face that he puts on, he does get scared by things sometimes. Like, he literally goes into that tomb with a ghost. He's going at 0. That's awesome. You know, like, the Tails in Sonic Adventure was peak Tails, because in the first game, he saved Station Square by himself against that big Eggman robot. And in Sonic Adventure 2, he avenged Sonic. He tried to avenge Sonic's death in that scene. That's like the best Tails scene ever, honestly. Like when he thought Sonic was dead, and he just wants to go solo Eggman in that fight. I always felt especially bad when I did the dark version of that story, playing as Eggman fighting Tails, because then because Tails literally for his first line is like, "What have you done, Sonic? I'll never forgive you for this." And like during that fight, the AI cheats and is able to use their special moves. And then Tails, like, you're fighting Tails in that fight, and he's like, "Fire Power Laser!" And I just feel like, yes, shoot me, I deserve it.
Oh man, the dark story. Oh man, actually, while we're on Sonic Adventure 2, like, how much of a fan are you of the Chow Garden?
Well, I never went too deep into it, like where I got those breed those excellent Chow that could win every race and do all this stuff. I never went too deep into it. But I always quite liked it for what it was. Like, I enjoyed raising the Chow, giving them the animals, and just, you know, playing a few games with them.
See, to me, that became the game. Like, the stages were secondary. Like, I'd be zipping through these stages, like, everything is just to support my babies.
Yeah. I know that's definitely a vibe. If, like, you're, like, get, like, really into it, you're just, like, competitively breeding the Chow so they can just, like, destroy everything. I did get a satisfaction out of unlocking the hero in Dark Chow Gardens, though. Or the Dark Chow Garden where you're just literally just swimming in hell's blood water.
Literally blood!
Like, I can't believe they got away with that. That the Dark Chows is literally just swimming blood. Like, huh.
Sensor's like, yeah, that's cool.
Oh, man. We got a viewer, guy in box, who just put a box emoji, and I respect it. He's true to his brand. All right, let's wrap this bad boy up and talk about Sonic the Hedgehog 2. All right, so I'll start this time. Yeah, like I was saying as we were playing, it's a night and day from Sonic the Hedgehog. Like they took everything that the original game was, learned from it, and just like built on it so much more with its gameplay and mechanics. Spin dash changes things a lot. Having Tails there as like a sidekick is great because you can either just have him like stick around, or a second player can play as him. It's not the best if you're doing the single player mode, but it's still a nice little fun option so someone can help you out with that. Um, and then I adore that's two player versus mode. It's just a fun way. You can't do every level in it, but that's totally fine. You can just choose those levels and just compete against a friend for dominance in those levels, which is great. So you have a way to cooperate when you're going through the single player mode and going against each other. Also, our comments with Guy in Box has said Sonic 2 and Streets of Rage 2 are like my earliest gaming memories when I was like 2 or 3 years old. That's awesome. Tony, your thoughts on like Sonic the Hedgehog 2?
Like, I kind of went into this thinking that I would find things that I kind of didn't like about it anymore, but honestly, there was really nothing I could fault about it. Like, okay, so as per the time, there were a few like cheap deaths where
Mm.
you didn't necessarily have a way of knowing that wasn't a path. Like the death that killed you in Chemical Plant Zone. If you don't know the level, you don't necessarily know that there's nothing on the other side there.
Mm.
So it was a little bit unforgiving in that sense. But even then, like I don't necessarily feel as though that is a bad thing in so much it's a thing that kind of makes you want to say, "Oh, I'm not going to do that again. I'm always going to remember, next time I play this, that oh, don't go that way." And like it's this weird balance of kind of being like kind of skeezy in some sense, but at the same time, it's like, you know what? If you want to get farther, be better, know what you're doing. And it's like it doesn't hold your hand, but at the same time you can figure it all out. Like even when you're a bit confused, other than like that barrel in Sonic 3, we're not even going to mention that thing, but Sonic games are so good at like showing you, all right, this is the basics. You can do this, this, and this. We're going to present the level to you. Figure it out.
Real quick, Guy in Box says it's got nothing on Rayman 1 at least. Those cages be damned. You have any experience with Rayman 1?
No, I never played it. I've got a massive backlog of games to play, and that is among it.
Yeah, I've always wanted to try the Rayman series. They do seem fun. I take that back. I did play a little bit of Origins and a little bit of Legends. A friend had those, and I played with them. But not a huge amount of Rayman experience. But yeah, there are some cheats that can happen in the early Sonic games, but nothing like too out of this world that's like can't be like mitigated through like enough play time. Like Sonic 1 was just full of cheap stuff. It's just that it's just like I think Sonic games, early Sonic games especially, have to walk this fine line between letting you go fast, which is what the character's all about, and also having you slow down and go a little more methodical with your platforming. Sonic 1, you went fast only in Green Hill Zone, and everything else is just like this methodical platforming, and I don't quite look for that with a Sonic game. And again, the level design in Sonic 1 also just isn't that good. I'm just going to be real. But Sonic 2, it did walk that fine line a lot better between the speed and the platforming, and the level design was actually really good. And I just love that Tails is like there to play whichever role you want him to, either do nothing, friend help, or compete against him for glory. Like it's just it took a game that already had a great concept and just like one simple character, which is like the facilitator for making all this work. And I'm glad he stuck around all these years. I just wish they would have him do more. This is a little, it's Sonic related, even though it's not related to the game we're necessarily playing. I don't like the trend that later modern Sonic games are going where Sonic is the only playable character. Like, I think the gist is like, yeah, sure they added a bit too many Sonic characters. There's like a lot of them, but Sonic Mania, I feel, did it right by having Tails and Knuckles be in the initial characters you could play. And then as a little bonus, they even threw in Mighty and what was the other one's name?
Ray.
Thank you, Ray the Flying Squirrel. Yeah, Ray the Flying Squirrel and Mighty the Armadillo. Having them at it was great. It was a great little nod to like classic Sonic, which is what Sonic Mania was after all. So yeah, no, you can do other playable characters in Sonic. You just don't have to go overboard with it, but I don't think having the additional playable characters was what was making Sonic become poor in later years. There's a lot of reasons for it, but I don't think some of those characters, like Tails and Knuckles at the very least, I think don't hurt Sonic. They're well loved characters, and I think they should stick around and do more than just cheer Sonic on or what have you. Guy in Box says you can also use them to glitch through doors. You can use it open. Tails for speed runs is great. I had to look up some speed runs of the Sonic games because that game seems like it's Sonic. That has to be like great for speed running. But I haven't really like delved too deep into Sonic speed running of all things. I've looked into speed running of other games where you don't go fast, like Zelda games or Mario games or stuff like that. But yeah, I would describe Sonic the Hedgehog 2 as like pretty damn close to like a perfect sequel in that respect. It's just the original game, but significantly better. And yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Yeah, we didn't talk about those special stages in detail, but like, yeah, like for like obviously it looks dated today, but they for its time I think they're really well done. There's not many games of that era that will have you like have like the character from behind and just like move forward in that regard. And I think it was very cool for doing that. That too is also based on memorization. You got to be careful to get out of those rings without getting hit by those bombs. But yeah, no, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 very much holds up today, in my opinion. You got any thoughts? Agree? Disagree?
Yeah, well, one thing I want to add as well is that this is when Sega were at their marketing apex, really.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it released on Sonic Tuesday, like, and if I'm not mistaken, they looked at what was popular in America and what was popular in Japan, and they found that Dragon Ball Z was popular in Japan, so they added Super Sonic, which is basically a Super Saiyan facsimile.
Yes.
And they found that Star Wars was still popular in America, so they added the Death Egg, which is,
Hmm.
the Death Star.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, so if you look at it as being like forced in, you could say that that is kind of like lowball, but at the same time, it works in the Sonic universe. It works that Sonic has this power up from these Chaos Emeralds. It works that Robotnik would build this boss ass freaking space station, and it's like, like integrating outside factors into a franchise isn't always going to work. Like with Shadow the Hedgehog, it's like, oh, let's give him some guns. Didn't work. But if you just make it fit what the characters are supposed to be, then I've got no complaints. It becomes
Mm-hmm.
iconic.
Absolutely. 100% agree. Oh, you got disconnected. That's okay. We're finishing up anyway.
And that's how you won.
Drop the mic with that last statement. Yeah, no. So you would agree that Sonic the Hedgehog 2 holds up then?
I would look. I don't want to say it's a perfect game, but
Mhm.
it's hard to see where it can improve. To be honest.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a perfect game. I think there's a big difference between what I said being a perfect sequel and a perfect game because the game definitely has its like flaws, but for taking what the original ideas that were presented in the original and just like fleshing them out in so many good ways, like I would definitely call this one like a perfect sequel. There's not many games that like so flawlessly take what the original did and just expand it in many ways. And I think that's even harder to do when your basis is flawed, which I think the original game is. So Sonic the Hedgehog 2 definitely gets a thumbs up for me. 2 thumbs up because Sonic and Tails. Hooray. Can't wait for them to add Sonic the Hedgehog 3 so we can stop chuckling around. And I will probably call you back for that one because you got the Knuckles doll somewhere around there. Probably still
I'm
in
down
my...
for it. Also, I gotta say, the fact that like they say, unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle. Knuckles did a lot of chuckling in Sonic 3. That was
Inside
like
dead! Literally every time you made the roadblock, you were like,
yeah, like he was having a grand old time. Like,
yeah.
let's not retcon his chuckling.
Well, that song, as great as it is, had a few inconsistencies. One is saying, unlike Sonic on Chuckle, and also the new porcupine on the block with the buff says, he's not a porcupine! However, he did say, knock, knock, it's Knuckles. That's true. Every once in a time someone knocks on my door, it is Knuckles. So that part of the lyrics was correct.
He is the one who knocks.
Yes, he is the one who knocks. And he also doesn't need your power. So, gotta can't wait for that movie. On that note, thank you everyone for watching. Part of the reason why we did this episode now is because the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie is coming out. sound like it's gonna be really good. If you enjoyed the first one, it sounds like you're gonna really enjoy the sequel. I'm very excited. I'm seeing that thing on Thursday, so it's gonna be great. I'm gonna enjoy that movie for sure. Um, but as far as the future, next week on HP Critical doesn't hold up. What are the two games I'm playing? I gotta double check my notes real quick because I know one of them is another Genesis game specifically. Yes, here we go. Gonna be playing Dynamite Heady. There it is. Which I just saw like the preview of this game, and I was just like, these graphics look insane for the Genesis. I gotta play this, and I'm gonna also be playing Alien Soldier. My guess for that week, I'm planning to have my good friend Toby come back for that. Stay tuned to our social media so you know exactly what time that's gonna be happening. But that's next Monday. This coming Thursday, we got a new episode of our HP Critical Live podcast. We do not have a time right now because, as I said, I'm going to the movies on Thursday. So it just depends on when I get back home from the movies that we'll do our live podcast episode then. And finally, this coming Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, no, I'm sorry, 7 p.m. Eastern time, I will be joined by my regular co-host, Christy, once again, as we finally continue our playthrough of Pokemon Brilliant Diamonds. You guys can look forward to that. We have been on hiatus for that for like a hot 2 months because of everything else that's been happening. But we're finally going to go back to it. So you guys can look forward to that. Anyways, I want to thank everyone for watching. Tony, I want to give you a second opportunity to plug all your cool stuff before I plug out mine.
Yeah, sure. So if you want to see my writing, most of it is on ezioda.com. That's EZIYODA. It's basically like gaming, pop culture, occasionally sports. It's basically a place for me to opine upon anything really. Then I also write on Crunchyroll, so some good anime stuff there. I write better when I have someone watching, funnily enough, so that's the difference. And
All right,
then
give me a call later tonight when you're ready to start writing.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, oh, you sure you wanted to put that punctuation there? I don't know, man.
You want
that's your favorite anime?
And I am also on YouTube and Twitch and Twitter and Instagram at Wild Tony Appears. So I've got a lot of content. It's not necessarily good content, but you know what? It kind of fills my day out and keeps me off the streets. So, you know.
That's good.
Big
Keep
ups.
tying it off the street because then he'll really become wild, and we don't want that. All right. Well, thank you for coming. I appreciate it, man. This was a lot of fun. Now, if you guys want to check out, my pleasure. If you guys want to check out our HP Critical stuff, you can check it out on hpcritical.com. We got our website nice and revamped lately, so you guys can check out all of our cool new stuff on the front page. All kinds of wonderful articles and features and all the wonderful good things there. I will tease this real quick. I'm going to be writing that later today, actually, and it should be out by the time anyone's checking it out. But I'm starting a new article series on hpcritical.com that's specifically related to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And in this article series, so for those who don't know, my introduction to, I guess, maybe a Nintendo fan was the original Super Smash Bros. Because at the time, when I played the original Super Smash Bros., I really only recognized Pikachu because at the time everyone knew what Pokemon was. And all those other characters, I was like, oh, who are these guys? Who's that? Who's this? Who's that? And it just so happens that a lot of those characters had games on the N64, so I was able to experience a lot of these characters that way and subsequently get into those series. So I want to do that for a new generation. I'm going to be doing an article series where I cover each character from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and say, if you have a Nintendo Switch, what games can you get to get yourself introduced to that character, essentially? And like I said, I'm doing it in series. The first one's going to be only the characters that were made their debut in the original Smash, then Melee, then Brawl, and then just kind of go from there. And I do want to emphasize that I'm doing it based on the characters because even if a character's from the same series, that game, they may not get featured as well. Like, for example, if you're a big fan of Mario, for example, and want to play a Mario game on Switch, you'll have a lot of options, but you'll probably want to stay away from Luigi's Mansion 3 because he ain't in there that much, if at all. Or consequently, Luigi himself, the character, if you're a fan of him, Super Mario Odyssey may not do a whole lot for you because he's only in there as like a balloon mini game, whereas Luigi's Mansion 3, he's the main character. So that's just an example. So I will be going through each character to make sure you're playing the right game for the character that you love. So that'll be coming up at hpcritical.com. It should be going out later today, and each week I'll have a new one, so you guys can check all that stuff out. And follow our social media as well. so you guys can stay abreast of everything that we're doing, whether it be our streams that go live, new articles that come out, and other posts that we do. We're on Twitter at critical_HP. Our Facebook name is HPCritical, and our Instagram name is HPCritical Gaming. Check any of those out for up-to-date information about all the cool things that we are doing. And yeah, give us a follow here at twitch.tv/HPCritical for more cool streams. And that is all I got for you guys. Thanks so much for watching. We love you. Gotta go fast. Bye.
Chuckle.
That's my attempt at a laugh. It wasn't.